talk about the eating and what do you eat before the race? What have you figured out works for you?
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
So the number one thing is you should be practicing now with your long runs to figure out what works for your body, because it's different for everybody. Your long runs should all be practiced for the race, meaning you should try to eat exactly what you think will work for your body before your long run to make sure it works, and then do the same thing for the race. So you don't introduce, the goal of race morning is to not introduce any new variables, if at all possible. You're supposed to be keeping everything exactly the same as your longer runs that you've done up to race day, because that'll keep your body as normal as possible. So I eat relatively low fiber, calorically dense, low dairy foods, because that I know works for my stomach. So like a bagel and peanut butter, like a little bit of peanut butter, and then like cereal with like kind of, you know, casual cereal like Cheerios, not like Fruit Loops or something. So and then like and then some minimal amount of milk, and then some bananas, and then start your whatever your GU plan is. Start it and keep to it and stick to it. So your race fuel hydration plan should begin before you start running. So you should be consuming whatever you're consuming, GU, jelly, chewy thingies, whatever you're doing, should be planned out before and during and continue during your run, just like whatever you did for your long runs. It should be the same thing, nothing new, all the same thing you've been doing.
So one of the things I learned is, you know, I was new to marathoning and new to running, so I experimented with a lot of different options. But one of the things that I learned was to really use the nutrition based on the clock, not on the distance, because my distance varied a lot, you know, because I'm a newer runner. So I couldn't be like, oh, at mile 3, I'll do this. At mile 5, I'll do this. I said, every 25 minutes, this is what I'm going to do.
That is best practice in general. I mean, I kind of, if you've run lots of marathons, you already know that you can do it by whatever you need to do. But if this is your first marathon, it's better to go by time. For sure.
So that made a huge difference for me. The other thing I learned from a nutrition perspective is, and I'm, you know, no matter what happens, plan for your own nutrition.
Yes.
Don't plan on something being where you think it's going to be.
You can, it's relatively safe to assume Gatorade and water are going to be there. That's fine. But yes, food and gels and bananas and anything extra like that, yes, bring your own thing.
Yeah, don't, you know, even though they say they're going to be there.
Yeah.
For those in the back of the pack, they're gone sometimes. I mean, not always, but just it can happen.
Yeah.
And carrying it all on you, right? You know, having it with you is important. So whatever rice belt or things that you use.
Yes. Try not to plan on your person being where they're going to be, because they may get stuck on a train or stuck on a thing to get your stuff to you, and it's crowded and crazy. And have your stuff on your body.